was gonna give you a break this time around for this little video. I wasn't gonna say a word. I was just gonna walk around this gorgeous quartz 2018 McLaren 720S. Show you a few things but not say a word. But my editor thought I should probably describe a little bit what it is you're looking at right now. So here goes. Okay, so what can I tell you about the 2018 McLaren 720S that you don't already know? How about that the Canadian base price is $315,000. You know what's funny though? Nobody is going to buy a $315,000 McLaren 720S. So if you truly want a unique 720S, you get the base car. That's a little messed up, isn't it? Mine is considerably more expensive than that, and I will drop a few hints to let you maybe understand why. Well, while I'm up here, the headlights. Right? At first, I wasn't set on them, but when you get down to this level, I wasn't set because of the comparison with the 570, 650, 675. But when you come down to their level, my goodness, they're incredible. And there's something about the surround on the inside that also kind of helps. Every air intake, everything on this car is completely functional. The color, it's called quartz. Not exactly what I would have expected to be called quartz. It's more of a eggplant, dark purple wine color that, for me, because I'm gonna complain, it's not purple enough or too black. Either or. Oh, and something cool actually. When you look at the car, say from this angle, it really looks small. But when you walk around to the side, you quickly realize that it's actually a lot longer than we think. At least the wheelbase is. Okay, it's not a huge car by any stretch of the imagination. It's also, what, I don't know, only a few inches off the ground. I mean, total height-wise. But it's spectacular looking. And yes, I know, I did not raise the rear spoiler because I don't want to mess things up. There is an occasional bug that exists, or something about a sequence of controls. I don't want to be that guy, okay? I just don't want to be that guy. So these are the introductory 19-inch front, 20-inch rear wheels, complete with ceramic brakes. I'm going to complain again. I prefer the 10-spoke, super lightweight wheels, but hey, I'll take them anyway. I mean, the car is... there's not much more I can say about the style. The car is sublime. It's just completely gorgeous. Oh, okay. Before I show you the money shot, something weird, okay? This is a spectacular looking car. This is a completely boring looking key. McLaren, what the heck? Do something about the keys. Okay, so let's just open the front. You know, it's fantastic when you open a front because you know that the engine is in the right place. So quickly, this is about R8 911 Huracan size. Maybe it's actually a little bit bigger. Carry-on bag and a backpack. That'll work. Okay, now the doors. The doors. What's that? The doors. If you want to show how to open them, the handle is right here. I don't know if you heard that. Right by this divider for the air intake, if you will. Okay. The money shot. Okay, let's go for the money shot. Walking around, making it quick. Should have taken the back way. Again, door handle. Oh. No matter where you show up, you will always get the most attention. Tell me that is not absolutely spectacular. Okay, so we're gonna lower the door. Lovely badge, is it not? Best way to lower the door, I put my hand in there, and you don't have to slam it because, how about that? Okay, the rear. Wow. This car is the biggest not the biggest showpiece, but a showpiece that is unusual for McLaren. You can't, well, yeah, you can't see it. There are red LEDs and lights in the engine bay that light up when you open up doors and stuff, which is kind of strange, but it's part of the show that this car now has become. I'm sorry, what? Yes, McLaren. Okay. Oh, look at this. A lot more of that. Some beautiful pieces of British engineering. Oh, this car has a sport exhaust too. So here we go, inside. Oh, Cassis in black leather interior. It's this, I would pick this. Look at the stitching. I want to learn how to sew just so I can do that too. Love the sills, love the way the entrance is cut out, the tub kind of goes into the front between the wheels. It's just incredible. That is a lovely plaque, is it not? Some more of that material, some more up here. Okay, getting on board is actually a very, well, very is a strong word. It's an elegant thing. So I'm alone, so I'm going to do my best. Oh, this is also an optional glass portion of the roof. So it's more or less about putting your foot in and dropping in. It's really that simple. I'm going to close her down. Oh yeah, Bowers & Wilkins, also part of the game. No need to slam. Boom. Okay, so you got to press really hard on the brake pedal in order to get her started. Press the button, and here comes the show, ladies and gentlemen. Won't be long now. Boom. That's also another odd McLaren thing, or something they would not normally have done. It's a little bit more show than necessary, but hey, we'll take it. Oh, and if you don't want it up, you can always lower it by pressing the button. Bye-bye. Locks, front button, emergency brake, headlights, just showing you a few things. Speaking of things, every supercar has some quirky features, and this one is no different. Thankfully, you have memory buttons. I'm number one, as you might have guessed. If you want to adjust the seat, the controls are down here and next to impossible to see, so you really have to feel around, but the seats are incredibly comfortable. Okay, so there's the button I won't use. I don't want to be that guy. I've said it and I'll probably repeat it again. Reverse, neutral drive, it's really that simple. Your start stop button, and here's your HMI and infotainment and all that. It's actually very straightforward. There's your main menu button. There's another button I will not use because I don't want to be the guy. Climate controls, very straightforward and very cool. It's also very hot outside, so that's where it's working already. Your nav, your radio, phone, and other radio or audio adjustments. There you go. So this is the important panel, I suppose. Oh, well, this isn't. This you have to shut off every time you start it up. Otherwise people will think you're stalling your 720S at every corner. The active panel, the only thing I've done so far, active, and use manual for the transmission. The SSG is brilliant, but I want to be part of the action. Sport, track, both the powertrain and the handling and everything. Aero, I mean, everything is here. That's for the mirror adjustments. What else can I show you? I mean, the fit and finish is exemplary. There's some more of that exposed material. Can you guess how much my tester retails for now that you've seen all of that? How about just shy of $450,000? Okay, enough chit chat. I gotta go take this for a spin. These past few days have been immensely tragic. Yes, the 720, it's exactly what you think it is and more. But the problem is, I'm unfortunately stuck driving it you know, on roads, on regular roads. I came so close to having the opportunity of driving this car on a track, but unfortunately that failed. And I do feel, honestly, like I'm not even barely scratching the tip of the iceberg of the abilities of this car. I mean, speed has a new meaning. Although, to be honest, I discovered a new meaning for speed when I drove the GT2 RS. I'm losing my voice. When I drove it in Germany a few weeks ago. But it's a very, very different sense of speed. This is an event. This is drama. This is palpitations. This is a racing heart rate. This is making you feel alive. The GT2 is as fast, but it's a linear, efficient, drama-free amount of fast. I merged onto the Autobahn and I did a 70 to 210 sprint in the GT2, if you will. And it happened so quickly that I felt like I went back in time. Essentially, I missed it. It was just bango. That's all. This is bango, but the noises and the vibrations and right? And if you compare this to a 570 S or GT, the Sports Series compared to a Super Series, this thing, let's just say that the Sports Series is comfortable, civilized, to balls out, mad fast. This is the same, but the scale has been moved a dozen notches. You can drive it in the city. I have been driving it in my neighborhood. Just a little bit of proof to demonstrate that it is possible, however difficult, to drive a McLaren 720S at 31 kilometers an hour. Huh? Quiet-ish? Comfortable? Relaxed? And the car will do exactly what it needs to do. The combination with the adaptive dampers and all the drive configurations left in the comfort. The car is comfortable. It is loudish, you have to understand. But that's part of the experience, part of the event. And what's odd is the McLarens are supposed to be the engineered, brilliant, daily gentlemen's supercars. Compared to, say, the 911 GT2 RS, right? I've not driven an Aventador, unfortunately. I've driven a couple of Huracans. And the cars are very different. The Lambos are rawness. This is engineered rawness. The car was made to be like this, with all the capabilities, with the McLaren's brake steer, open differential, the various insane drive modes, the drift mode that you have with the car, the mad power. Twin scroll, twin turbo, 4-liter V8, generates 710 horsepower. Wow, my brain is fried. 568 pound-feet of torque at 5,500 RPM. Thank God for the notes. On paper, we'll do 0 to 100 kilometers an hour. That's 62 miles an hour in 2.9 seconds. But I'm sure all the videos you've seen and that I've seen, you'll have noticed that everybody's pulling 2.6, 2.5s. It's not really trying. Maybe those are 0 to 60 times. But then the quarter mile times, McLaren says 10.5 seconds. Most people are pulling 10s, flat, out of the box, over and over again. Because one of the reasons is seamless shift gearbox, the SSG, which is completely brilliant. Again, everything left in comfort, that's the way I do it. The only thing I have is the active panel is on, and I have the transmission in manual, because for some reason I feel like I need to shift myself. The only other transmission I've done this with is the PDK. Oh, and same in the Lamborghini. Not because it's not smart enough to shift on its own, but I need to feel like I'm involved in the drama and the event. I can't tell you how good this car handles, because all I'm doing is taking on ramps and driving slightly above the speed limit, and I'm barely exploring the limits of what it can do, like no more than what a Civic can do. There's no difference. This is the tragedy. I should be able to. I need to drive this car harder and more, but it's not going to happen, and it's going to haunt me forever. And even if I could take it on a track, honestly, I would not go into the track mode. Just now on the road, sport, track, and then suddenly the steering is a quarter of a degree of movement, and the front end just shifts, moves, darts. It is insanely quick, and I can't leave it on a road this way, because the next mild corner that's coming up, I'm going to end up in the guardrail, or worse, the ditch, and damage all that beautiful carbon fiber. Everything has to stay in comfort, because that's just the way it is, and I'm going to get away from that guy because he's spewing up rocks. And it's a third gear. Again, I have to apologize to you. I can't really tell you what this car is all about, because I'm only on the road. But the thing you need to know is that the McLaren Super Series is I want to say the greatest all-around car you can buy today. That's it. I can't say anymore. I mean, I'm going to have nightmares for the rest of my life, thinking that I wasted 3 days driving McLaren 720S like this. This is one of the greatest cars ever. And it's so much more than the price tag suggests. It's wow. Yep, that's it.